Number 8. Rumeysa Gelgi, the tallest living woman. Meet Rumeysa Gelgi. She's not just the tallest woman alive, she's a software developer, researcher, and advocate living in Turkey. As of 2021, she holds the Guinness World Record, standing at an astonishing 7 feet 7 inches. Her height isn't just natural variation, it's caused by Weaver's syndrome, a rare genetic disorder that leads to accelerated growth and various skeletal abnormalities. Rumeysa uses a wheelchair to get around most of the time, but she can walk short distances with a walker. Despite her condition, she's embraced her uniqueness and dedicated her life to raising awareness about rare diseases. In a world where people often judge by appearances, Rumeysa shows that strength isn't about how you walk, it's about how you stand for others. Number 7. Sultan Kösen, the tallest man in the world. Born in 1982 in Turkey, Sultan is the tallest living man on Earth, standing at a mind-blowing 8 feet 2.82 inches. That's taller than most ceilings in a standard room. Sultan's unusual height is the result of a combination of gigantism and acromegaly, conditions caused by a tumor pressing on the pituitary gland, resulting in the excessive production of growth hormone. Though the Guinness Book made him famous, life hasn't always been easy. Finding clothes that fit, shoes that don't hurt, or vehicles he can physically enter is a daily struggle. He uses crutches to walk and has undergone multiple treatments including gamma knife radiosurgery to stop further growth. He once said, "I never imagined I'd be famous because of my height," but Sultan's story shows that even fame can't fix every challenge. Number 6. Zainab Bibi, the forgotten giant of Pakistan. Zainab Bibi was once known as the tallest woman in Pakistan, standing at 7 feet 2 inches. Her growth began in her mid-teens, and by 20 she had reached her full height. In 2004, she was officially recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records, but behind the headlines was a woman quietly battling some serious health conditions. She suffered from diabetes, osteoporosis, and high blood pressure. Zainab lived in poverty for much of her life. Despite her stature, she remained largely unrecognized and unsupported. In 2018, she passed away at the age of 46, her legacy largely forgotten by the mainstream. Her story is a heartbreaking reminder that being extraordinary doesn't guarantee a better life. Sometimes, it just means a heavier burden. Number 5. Igor Vovkovinsky, America's tallest man. Born in Ukraine but raised in Minnesota, Igor Vovkovinsky became known as America's tallest living man, standing at 7 feet 8.33 inches. His extraordinary height, once again, was due to a pituitary tumor pressing against the gland, leading to abnormal growth. Igor wasn't just a record holder. He was also a law student and occasional actor. He appeared in films, made headlines when he wore custom Reebok shoes that cost thousands, and even performed on stage in Eurovision representing Ukraine in 2013. But underneath the spotlight was a man battling severe health complications. Igor struggled with heart issues and mobility throughout his life. In 2021, he passed away at age 38 due to heart disease. For Igor, height brought fame, but also pain. His legacy is one of both visibility and vulnerability. Number 4. Morteza Mehrzad, the tallest man in Iran. At 8 feet 1 inch, Morteza Mehrzad is not only Iran's tallest man, he's also one of the tallest living men in the world. But he didn't just break records, he won gold medals. Morteza is a Paralympic sitting volleyball champion, representing Iran on the world stage. His growth condition, again linked to acromegaly, once left him isolated and depressed. He rarely left his home and struggled with low self-esteem. Then came sports. A coach discovered his potential, and soon Morteza found purpose and power through competition. Today, he's not just a giant in height, but a giant in spirit, admired by millions. His transformation shows how finding the right path can turn a burden into a blessing. Number 3. Yao Defen, the tallest woman in China. Born in 1972 in China, Yao Defen grew rapidly due to a pituitary tumor that went untreated for years. By age 15, she was already 6 feet 11 inches tall. Eventually, she would reach 7 feet 8 inches and weigh over 340 pounds. Her family lived in poverty and couldn't afford proper treatment until later in life. After media coverage brought attention to her condition, she finally underwent surgery in 2002. Despite the attention, her health deteriorated. She lived quietly and passed away in 2012 at age 40. Yao's story is not just about her height, it's about how access to health care, or the lack of it, can change a life forever. Number 2. Andrei the Giant, the eighth wonder of the world. Andrei René Roussimoff, better known as Andrei the Giant, was a French professional wrestler and actor who stood at 7 feet 4 inches and weighed over 520 pounds. Born in 1946, Andrei became a global icon in the wrestling world, known for his role in the WWF and for playing Fezzik in The Princess Bride. He suffered from acromegaly, but he refused treatment, fearing it would interfere with his wrestling career. Andrei lived large, laughed loud, and became beloved by fans, but his condition also caused chronic pain and limited mobility. He passed away in 1993 from congestive heart failure at the age of 46. Despite the pain, Andrei remained a showman to the end, a giant not just in body, but in heart. Number 1. Robert Pershing Wadlow, the tallest person in history. Finally, we come to Robert Wadlow, known as the Giant of Illinois, and the tallest human being in recorded history. Robert stood at an almost unbelievable 8 feet 11.1 inches tall. Born in 1918, he had a normal birth weight, but started growing rapidly due to a hyperactive pituitary gland. By the time he was 8 years old, he was already over 6 feet tall. He required leg braces to walk and never used a wheelchair. He became a touring celebrity with the Ringling Brothers and even considered a career in law. Sadly, a poorly fitted brace caused an infection that led to his early death in 1940 at just 22 years old. He was buried in a custom-built half-ton casket with over 20 pallbearers. Robert wasn't just a record breaker, he was a quiet, kind man, remembered for his calm dignity. So, what did we learn from these 8 real-life giants? Being tall may look like a superpower, but more often than not, it's a daily challenge, full of medical complications, public scrutiny, and personal struggle. Each of these individuals, whether still living or long past, carried a height that drew headlines. But their stories remind us that real strength comes from what you carry on the inside. So now, it's your turn. Who is the tallest person you know? Could you imagine being nearly 9 feet tall? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, share this with a friend who loves strange and inspiring human stories, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.